Hey guys, in this lecture, we'll create together this optical transition. So let's get started. First thing, I'll create a new composition by hitting Ctrl or Command N. I'll call it slideshow. For this example, I'm using a full HD 1080 pixels preset with 30 frames per second and 9 seconds long. Now double-click on the project panel and import your footage. Bring the first image into your timeline. Adjust its scale if needed. Then pre-composite by hitting Ctrl or Command Shift-C. I'll call it Image 1. Don't forget to select Move All Attributes option here. Do the same thing with the second and third image. Now move to 3 seconds. Select only the top 2 layers and hit the left bracket button to make them start from here. Now move to 6 seconds. Select only the first layer and make it start from here. Now right-click here and create a new adjustment layer. Rename it to Optical Transition. So hit Return on keyboard, type in Optical Transition, then hit Return again. So what is an adjustment layer? When you apply an effect to an ordinary layer, the effect affects only that layer and no others. However, an effect can exist independently if you create an adjustment layer for it. Any effects applied to an adjustment layer affect all layers below it in the composition stacking order. So an adjustment layer at the bottom of the stacking order has no visible effect. And because adjustment layer effects apply to all layers beneath them, they are useful for applying effects to many layers at once. And in all other aspects, an adjustment layer behaves exactly like other layers. For example, you can use keyframes with any adjustment layer property. You can rename the layer and you can also create masks on adjustment layers. Okay, so far so good. Now I'll go to the Effects and Presets panel and search for an effect called Optics Compensation. Apply to your adjustment layer, then move to the beginning of your composition and create a keyframe on the field of view. Now move to 15 frames and change its value to 150. Check the Reverse Lens Distortion box here. And now select the Optical Transition layer. Then hit Alt and asterisk key and right here Cut. Then click OK. And now I have created a marker to define the cut point of the transition. Now move to 1 second and change the field of view value back to 0. Also go to the menu bar, click on Edit and select Split Layer. And now delete the newly created layer. Now you only have to place the optical transition layer with the cut marker right where your footage is changing. Duplicate the transition layer as many times as you need and drag it like this where the transition should be. Great! Now let's check our final animation. Perfect! So now we know how to create this optical transition. I hope you are enjoying so far. If you do have any questions or if anything that is unclear, please post your question on the discussion board and I'll reply as soon as possible. Thank you so much for watching and looking forward to seeing you next lecture.